Hello, Math 2 7th graders. This video is going to be a review on proportions. And so I'm going to flip around here. Proportions, when a fraction equals a fraction. And this shows up in Unit 3 or Unit 2, which is proportions. Unit 3, which is percents. Shows up in Unit 6 when you do estimates on populations. It shows up in Unit 7 on probability. You can end up doing proportions, and it shows up in Unit 8 when you do scale factors. Proportions really, I'd say, the most important thing from Chapter 7 or from 7th grade math. And so it's when a fraction equals a fraction. And so here I'm just going to, I encourage everybody to do door number 1, and I'll show you what that means in a second here. I call it weasel. Try and do door number 1 first, which is the easy kind. Like here, look. 4/5 equals 12 over, I don't know, m. Well, how do you get from 4 to 12? Well, this is all the work I need to see. That's times 3. So this is times 3. If you multiply the top by 3, you got to multiply the bottom by 3. Now, door number 1, or weaseling, is always horizontal or vertical, multiplying or dividing. Anyways, m equals 15. That's it for work. Now for double check, you could write 4 over 5 equals 12 over 15, and you can see this is times 3 times 3, or this divide by 3, divide by 3. If you go if you multiply these, you get 60, and if you go across, you multiply these, you get 60. If you use the calculator, 4 divided by 5 would be 0.8. If you use a calculator, 12 divided by 15 would be 0.8. Anyways, these are equal. Anyway, that's door number 1. I want you to try and do it the easy way. And here I'll show, here would be a vertical one. How do you, can't get from here, but you can get from here. How do you get from 6 to 30? Well, that's times 5. So this is times 5. A lot of people have a hard time seeing the vertical weasel, door number 1. So 7 times 5 is 35, m is 35. And again, I can just write 6 over 30, that equals 7 over 35. This reduces to 1/5, and this reduces to 1/5. Or this is 0.2 and that's 0.2. Anyways, so there's door number 1. I always encourage my students to try and do door number 1. So here I'm going to do, we're going to do 4 door number 1s, and then 4 door number 2s, and then 4 door number 3s, right? I'm going to do 2 together, then I'm going to let you pause and do these. All right, so here is, I call it door number 2, reduce and weasel. Now, if you can't get from 8 to 20, if you can't 6 to 8, anyways, if you can't do door number 1, then you want to try and do door number 2, which is reduce, then weasel. Can I reduce this fraction? Yeah, I can divide both these by 2. Here, I'll even write that. This reduces to 3 over 4 equals m over 20. And now, can I do door number 1? Can I get there? Yeah, this is times 5, so times 5, m equals 15, right? 6 over 8 equals 15 over 20. They both reduce to 3/4. Here's another one here. I can't get there. I can reduce this. I can divide both these by 3. So that's 4 over 5 equals 28 over m. And now can you get there? How do you get from 4 to 28? Yeah, that's times 7, so m is 35. 12 over 15 is the same thing as 28 over 35. Anyways, I call this door number 2. This is reduce and weasel, right? And you'll get 2 more problems in a second here. Okay, so if you can't do door number 1 and you can't do door number 2, you can always do door number 3. Problem is, some people only learn door number 3, and you could do them easier a lot of times. So here, I can't get here, can't get there. So this always works. Criss equals cross. And you multiply. I always do the multiplying that has the variable first. So 4m equals 15. You just end up with this nice little one-step equation to solve. My answer is almost 4. 4 times 4 is 16, so it's a little less than 4. Anyways, I'm going to divide both sides by 4. and just write your mixed number. Don't worry about giving me the decimal, just write your mixed number. The 4 stays 4. That's the easiest thing. So 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 plus 3 is 15, and there's your answer. M is 3 3/4. So we'll try another one here. So you can't get there, you're stuck with crisscross. 7m equals 16. So I'm going to divide both sides by 7, and the 7 stays 7. Well, 7 times 2 is 14, and 14 plus 2 is 16. There's my answer. So crisscross always works. Anyways, try door number 1 first. If you can't, then you try door number 2. And if you can't do either one of those, then you can always do door number 3. And when you do that, I would give the answers as mixed numbers. All right? So here we go. I'm going to back off here. You can hit pause and write down these 6 problems and do them. All right? So 2 over 9 equals m over 27. 5 over 15 equals m over 33. 25 over 35 equals 15 over m. 16 over 18 equals 40 over m. 5 over 9 equals 3 over m. And 6 over 7 equals m over 5. So hit pause, do them. Here I go. This is times 3. So times 3. M equals 6. 2 over 9 equals 6 over 27. That's times 3 times 3. Yep, I'm right. Here, this is actually, if I go vertically, this is actually divide by 3. Divide by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 3. 33 divided by 3 is going to be 11. 5 over 15, is that the same thing as 11 over 33? They both reduce to 1/3, don't they? And then door number 2 here. I can divide both these by 5. I'll even write that, just takes a second. This is 5 over 7 equals 15 over m. And then I'm going to show my work. This is times 3, so times 3. M equals 21. 25 over 35 equals 15 over 21. This reduces to 5/7. This reduces to 5/7. I can divide both these by 2. This is 8 over 9 equals 40 over m. And then this is just times 5, so times 5. So m equals 45. And here, 16 over 18 is the same thing as 40 over 45. Those are equal fractions. This reduces to 8/9. This reduces to 8/9. So I know I'm right. Okay, the last two, I'm going to do crisscross. 5m equals 27, criss equals cross. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5. The 5 stays 5. This is more than 5. If that was 25, it would be 5. This is 5 and 25 plus 2 is 27. There's my answer. And crisscross, 7m equals 30. So I'm going to divide both sides by 7. The 7 stays 7. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 plus 2 is 30. There's my answer. Anyways, that was just a review. Here's an overall review of proportions. And then I'm going to give you some word problems. And we're going to work on unit rate and ratios kind of stuff. Right?